yard, over Brook and Billentoss Street. Cut the corner to the break in the trees, heading where the light sinks into the dark. To take the hidden path that leads to the creek and the embankment where they'd sunbathe asleep. You can see it where the light bleeds back and ahead. Approaching with your knees bent down, keeping close to the slope. Crouched low under the cover of reeds, you'd sneak and reach your hand behind. Try to grab on the tail, hold it up in the air high, feeling it writhe, feeling it panic, trying to twist from your hand clenched tight in a fist. As if trying to swim, swiping its claws toward the ground, but finding nothing underneath it could reach to break free into the water below, where you knew you should never get close. How told since birth, vaguely poisoned throughout it all, the only history you really knew about. Not how gypsum spilling outward gave a name to the creek, or how mining it dug tunnels beneath every street in the neighborhood. The ones you took to get to the woods, you knew their names, not where they came from or meant. All those dead men, fading languages left, last vestiges above intersect to the river where the creek went, where 2 centuries back they came prophesied to settle the land. Took the rapids out with the dams put down to float timber to the factories on the banks of the Grand to build homes before they made furniture, and others came to live and worship, started a church to raise families, and their families started ones of their own. And you follow in reverse where it goes, backwards home, to where you're staring at the water below. What would happen if you fell down the slope? If you drown, where would your body wash out? Would it carry all the way to Lake Michigan? And if you didn't, would the poison inside from the river kill you later in life? Kitchen with your wife and your kids, eating dinner when your body gives in, and again sitting with your family in church. Would it matter anyway if it did? If it's true what the sermon said, in heaven there's a ledger and you're there circled twice on a line in the back. Does it matter then if he never draw a line through your name when you found that magazine in the woods? Why the shame flooding in when they asked if it felt good to look at? It did, and you blink and you're back, but you're no longer at church to say goodbye to a friend who, like you, was circled twice on the line. And he took his own life. If you give in to the poison inside, could they deny you when you try to get in? At the water again, you swing your hands above the grave, reach to find the ground. There's only air underneath, and you understand the lack of control when you look upward from the water below, to know whatever held you up let you go, and you fell, and that there's only one direction the water flows. There's only one direction the water flows, it only goes forward, forward, forward. What direction we go, and we can only go forward every day, to the end where we began, to the darkness of the head. It's everything that happens in life will never happen again, and you spend your whole life learning to swim, and you can never know what's over the bend, and every moment passing is another one you'll never get back, and you can only get older. Older! Man turns the lathe on the blade, sharp the grade, angle down. Carves away at the grain where the hand holds the blade, spins around and falls soundless to the ground. And what it takes gets swept up at the end of every day, gets thrown into the stove to burn away. Turns to flames first to burst, bright to smoke, climbs to fade, makes the steel glow with warmth. Gave to hands, touch the face, and what remains becomes an arm, becomes a leg, and when assembled at the end becomes a chair for you to sit. Became the railing on the staircase at the first place where we kissed. Became the roof, became the bed frame in our room, became the house where we first lived, and we became what we became, what we need here just to breathe. Everything in me spinning on the lathe against the blade, turn me into shape, carve it all away, throw it in the flames, turn it into heat, let it keep us warm, at least in me. Let me be the legs, let me hold you up, let me never break. Watch the past fall away, all our lives against the blade, because the time goes and we change, not what we made, but what can be. Come with me to cut the yard, go where the dark leads to the creek, through the reeds, will you please do it just the once, do it just for me. Let me sleep in the sun, let me feel you reach, hold me out, keep me up above now, let the tide break, come and lie here with me at the drink, before we go, before we must fall in it with me, to the rush, into the light, let it wash us all away, become the wave, become the air, because we breathe, because our lives go only forward and we die.
Looking back, are there any things that you wished that you could have gotten accomplished that maybe just didn't get done?
I knew I had done my best. I can live with it because I've lived in it all of my life. I was born in it. So I've learned how to live with it.